as they cross the line. 4:82. It'll give us 18 laps to go. This is going to be a dandy finish if those two stay that close, working lap traffic and everything else. Going to get real interesting there in the backstretch.
Rusty Wallace slips a little bit this time, coming up off turn number 2. Gordon saw the opportunity, but didn't take advantage. Falls back in line as they close in on more slower traffic.
Mark Martin right on Dale Jarrett's bumper, racing for 4th and 5th while we follow the leaders. Gordon going to try and pin Rusty behind lap cars. He goes wide off 2.
Rusty pulls up behind David Green. Green sees him coming, so he pulls over. Now both cars in the higher lane. Gordon right up on the bumper of Rusty. They've got 3 slower cars down to the inside.
Rusty's not going to make it easy for him, that's for sure. He'll make him work as hard as anybody out there to take the lead away if Jeff Gordon can do it. But Gordon's got the car maybe to pull the move off. They go back to 3 this time.
This time they close in on Rick Mast's car. He has the inside lane. Rusty goes to the outside of Mast. Gordon right behind, and now Terry Labonte there, making it a 3-way battle.
Terry has caught the front 2ers. They've had to work through traffic. They put 17th place Rick Mast now 1 lap down. They're clear of traffic on the backstretch.
Gordon makes a run, diving to the inside, but Rusty slams the door. By the time they get to turn 3, Gordon pretty evenly matched with Rusty Wallace. There's a question of can he make the move.
Big situation now for Rusty. He's going to have to drive as much of that rear view mirror as he looks out through the front windshield. Got to kind of keep a clear racetrack ahead where he needs to go and look how close and see where Jeff Gordon is, inside or outside, as they work back to 4.
Gordon doesn't get the chance this time. Falls in line again behind Rusty.
Work their way down to the start-finish line. Lap 4:87 is scored. 13 to go. Wallace, Gordon, and Labonte nose to tail.
What Rusty's got to do is keep his car nailed down to the inside lane in the corners and do not let that lane open up, because Gordon will be there to take advantage. For now, they're nose to tail off turn 4.
Now, we've seen him come across the start-finish line under the checker sideways a couple of times. I think it happened to Terry Labonte here. Was it he and Earnhardt that did that?
Yes, sir. Just on the night race about a year ago. Here's Gordon getting a run on Rusty down the backstretch.
Gets the nose of his Chevy down to the inside of Rusty, but Rusty shuts him down as they enter turn number 3, slamming that door, and Gordon falls back in line again.
Inside, outside, as they go back into turn number 1, not really sure right now, Rusty isn't, which way Jeff Gordon's going to go. It's obvious his car works equally well at the bottom of the racetrack or the top. Certainly he'd prefer to get underneath him and go around if he could. And now he backs off a little bit as they come out of turn number 4, drops back maybe a car length, and 10 laps to go as they work back into turns 1 and 2.
Maybe just trying to cool those tires here in the closing laps and make a run as we get closer to the finish. Rusty's car breaks loose just slightly as he is to turn number 2, gathers it back in, still maintains a car length lead over Gordon.
9 to go. Wallace, Gordon, and Labonte nose to tail, single file. Lap traffic looming ahead. They're back in 1.
Working their way now through turn number 2, off the second corner, down the back straightaway. Still several car lengths before they catch that next group of lap traffic.
And Rusty may decide to come out of the throttle just a little bit, keep the line, protect that inside groove, and not get up in that big pack of traffic as they go back to turn number 1 and have a little clear racetrack ahead rather than get boxed in. As the laps wind down, they're back in 3.
Rusty gets a little breather now. It's Gordon with the worry. He's got to worry about Terry Labonte trying to take away the second spot from him.
Terry looks a little bit stronger than Gordon. Jeff may be using up what he had left, trying to get around Rusty. Now Terry's trying to get around Jeff in the laps that are left.
Terry looks to the outside of Jeff Gordon momentarily, falls back in line, though, as they approach the slower car of Derek Cope in turn 3.
And Rusty Wallace moves around at least Derek Cope's machine. Now there's 2 cars directly ahead. Robert Presley and Dave Marcus, they give way to the leader as he works his way back into 1 and 2 with 6 laps to go. And if either one of those cars riding behind Jeff Gordon or Terry Labonte got anything left, they better pull it out in a hurry as they come off turn number 4 and head back down into the corner. Lap traffic not going to be that big a factor as only 5 laps remain now as they go back into the number 1 turn with just about a car length between the front 3.
Terry Labonte works off the corner now, looks into the rear deck of Jeff Gordon, trying to close it for the second spot as Rusty Wallace shows the way. He's closing in on Robert Presley in turn 4.
They come off the corner now, begin to wheel in on the back of Presley's machine. Here goes Gordon, mounting his charge now. He's right back on Wallace's bumper again.
Gordon climbs the banking in turn 2, peeks to the outside momentarily, then tries to jump down to the inside and make a run at Rusty Wallace, but it won't work. He's back in line behind him.
Jeff can't afford to really dive out to the outside unless he knows he can make the pass on Rusty Wallace, because if he does, Terry Labonte's certainly going to go inside of him, and he could lose second place real easy. They're off 2.
Heavy traffic this time as they come up off the corner, closing in on Gary Bradbury, several other cars. Those machines move over and let the leaders make the pass in turn 4.
Now 2 laps to go. Traffic ahead, nose to tail, the front 3. Who's going to win the race? Wallace, Gordon, and Labonte back to 2.
Wallace tries to plow the way through traffic off turn number 2, looks behind behind him. Terry Labonte goes after Gordon, trying to get the inside lane there in turn 3.
Terry had a fender up there for just a moment, then suddenly it evaporates. White flag, 1 lap to go. Can they get around Rusty Wallace with 5 lap cars directly ahead of the leader? They go off turn 2.
Wallace falls in line behind Jimmy Spencer. Now peels to the outside of Spencer. Gordon's on his bumper. Gordon's going to try to dive to the inside. He makes contact. Gets Rusty up out of the groove. Gordon goes by and goes into the lead.
Here comes Gordon down to the checkered flag, and Jeff Gordon is going to win the Food City 500 after he and Rusty Wallace had trouble getting around a lap car off turn 2. Gordon ran up underneath Wallace, pushed him up out of the groove in 3, and cut down underneath him off the corner to take the checkered flag. Wallace barely held off Terry Labonte for 2nd. Labonte will finish 3rd. It'll be Dale Jarrett 4th and Mark Martin 5th. And a wild finish where lap traffic came into play in this Food City 500.
Yeah, they could have come across the start-finish line that time real easy, going sideways, just as easy as they could have straight ahead. Let's go down to the pits.
Well, Ray Evernham sitting here, he's jubilant, talking to his crew. He cannot believe what happened. He's got a look of disbelief on him. Hope to get a word from him here in just a moment. The team very, very jubilant down here.
Jeff Gordon will win it. Let's give you the top 5 unofficially.
Barney,
Go ahead.
we can get right now. Ray, would you believe that when the white flag came out?
I still don't believe it, Winston. I'm going to have to see it again. I mean, I put my notebook down. I thought, well, when I saw the crowd stand up, I thought Terry got us because we were a little bit loose. And the next thing you know, here's Jeff sliding off of 4 in the lead. So I don't know what happened up there.
That's Ray Evernham, Jeff Gordon's winning crew chief.
Been a wild day at Bristol. We'll hear from the winner and the other top finishers in a moment. It is Jeff Gordon in victory lane in the Food City 500.